That Indonesian farmer came back.
Yes, I'm back.
Right. Hey, Sugeng, I read an interesting article about some native people in Indonesia and near Jakarta, and they have their own mountains, and there's an inner people and an outer people, and it's very interesting.
Oh yeah, it's West Java. It's called.
The inner people never leave their jungle, never. Yeah,
that's true, and they will walk. They will never take any modern technologies. Yeah,
they're like Amish. They're the Amish. There's a group like that in the U.S., an old Christian group. Okay, have a singer has come from Guadalajara, and he sings. So hang on, here you go. You got to hold that up and sing at the same time. Okay. We had a coyote, but it got away, so we got this hymn. Okay. Today is Mr. Seiji's birthday. I could not do anything without Seiji. Seiji does all the work for DCI. Seiji does all the work for SCIM. The only reason I have any support at all in my whole life is because of his hard work. So I'm just a little fish living off of a big fish. So thank you, Seiji. My family thanks you. I see my family every day. And I got this, it's Simafunk. I was asked Simafunk if they wanted to sing your birthday song. And they said, no, we got this guy, Hassel from Guadalajara. He's much better than So here we go.
Okay. Spanish, no, English.
Spanish is good.
Spanish, okay. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños, querido Teddy. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Chiquitibum bombita, chiquitibum bombita. Seiji, Seiji. ¡Ay, qué bonita! Oh, bonito. Traditional. Blow the candle, Seiji.
Oh, Christy. Hat.
Thank you.
Hi, Mikey.
Oh, you blow.
One,
Who blow?
two. Whoever blows it gets to eat it. 1, 2, 3. I wish that Seiji live a long life and keep doing all my work for me. Yay.
Thank you.
We might send you a piece, okay? Hasa's gonna make sure you get it. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Realize in one more year, you'll be half my age. That's unbelievable. That's really depressing. Okay.
Happy birthday, Seiji.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's get to work. You guys were goofing off. Sugeng is up. Let's go, Sugeng. Sugeng, do you want to say anything about your text or give us a little introduction?
Okay, I'll share my screen. This is a pretty interesting text in the sense that Master Vasubandhu is really showing his true color. So we started with the title. We started with the title, which is here. Oh yeah, before that, I actually pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major points in the book so far. Yeah, so first, the book in general, and then there's a bit of segue about the Buddha, how to become a Buddha, and then we focus a lot on the first link, and then finally now we go into the there's another segue on the 12 links before we go into the 12 links. This is the first principle. So 2 terms ago we went into the first link. So this is the first link. So we discuss a lot about what is misunderstanding and all this. And then last term we started to talk about all the synonyms. And then we talk about and then we start to dive into the opposite of misunderstanding, the opposite of understanding, and what is not unrelated entities. And then we went into the supposedly mind-only position on the differences of misunderstanding. So we are now in the midst of that. And finally, Buddha was addressing the group of monks, and they went into this long list of misunderstanding. So then the monks asked the Buddha, what did you mean when you told us to enter into everything? So Buddha was telling, and then Buddha said that it means that you need to understand what you should get into, who should get into, the way you should get into. So we actually halfway through, we actually discuss about what you should get into, and then who should get into, and we stop here. And then today we are going to continue with the way you should get into, and then talking about what is it to reverse everything. So this is where we stop last term, and what we are going to continue this term.
Thank you, Sugeng. That's a perfect introduction when I have to eat one piece of Seiji's cake. The exact Seiji, it's quite good. Okay, I'm your representative.
You want me to continue some more, Geshe?
No, then I might get sick. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's a progress report on Sugeng's text. But everybody probably knows that Sugeng already finished one book, which was a monastic debating textbook about the Wheel of Life, the 12 Links of Dependent Origination. A very difficult book, and he did a good job. And it's in the final editing. Final editing takes a year or 2 years. And it's going really well. We have made very good progress on the most important link, which is the first link, which is misunderstanding. And it's about double the quantity of every other link. In other words, Vasubandhu spends a lot of time on the first link. And then strangely, he spends a lot of time on the third link, which is the awareness or something like coming into your mother's body. So that's and by the way, this book, just to repeat, I found it through John Brady's project. It's a commentary by Master Vasubandhu about the dependent origination and the Wheel of Life. And it's extraordinary because it's one of the few books we have by Vasubandhu, in which he shows his true allegiance. He's really a mind-only scholar because his half-brother converted him. And the text that he's most famous for, which is Stanley's book, Abhidharmakosha, he actually doesn't support it, but he wrote the best version of it. And this text of Sugeng is, I think, fascinating because Vasubandhu is teaching a topic from the first turning of the wheel. This is definitely Hinayana, definitely lower school, called the dependent origination, the 12 links. So you rarely see it explained from a higher school. So here you have Vasubandhu explaining a traditionally Hinayana topic, a strong, one of the main topics of Hinayana, and he's explaining it from the higher viewpoint, which is very unusual. Second thing I'd like to say about Sugeng's text is nobody ever taught it. As far as I can tell, I've never seen a single reference in 2,000 years of somebody teaching this book. And then lastly, so we don't have any commentaries, we don't have any help. We are on our own. And lastly, we do not have the Sanskrit. And we have not found the Sanskrit, which means we are totally dependent on a single book from 2,000 years ago. It has no commentaries. There's no teacher who ever taught it. And I think the translator had some tequila before he started. And the translation is unusual. And that makes, to me, that makes this book really exciting. And I was in Shanghai one day. I came across this book and I read it in 2 days or something. It was like amazing. And so I thought Sugeng would be somebody who has a very genius mind. He's able to think of big ideas. And I thought this text was good for him. Okay. So we have completed the biographies of Master Vasubandhu and his main student, Stirumati.
Also, a little bit of Guna Prabha also, Master Guna Prabha.
I don't remember, but yeah. And then if we stay on schedule, we will be able to finish so we don't have any more biography to read. We're going to keep going in misunderstanding. And I predict we will hit the second link before the end of this term, which is about karma. And it's a very interesting presentation of karma by one of the greatest masters of the mind-only school. And I think that's about all I had to say. Here's the structure. And we're ready to start. And Sugeng, I mean, and just all of you translators, this book, you cannot translate from the words. You have to step back and don't look at the words too much and try to feel Vasubandhu. And so it's a very unusual translation. If you focus on the words, you'd never translate this. You have to, Edgar Allan Poe used to say, you always have to drink a bottle of wine before you write poetry. And I kind of have that feeling with this text. You have to step back. You have to put your mind, you have to loosen up your focus and just go into some happy, meditative state. And then you can understand it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to translate this book. It does not, the words do not tell the story. You have to step back and see what he's doing. Okay. All right, here we go. Please read Sugeng, and who do I have to pick on you? Who do I have here? Stanley, you want to pick on him? That's fun. Here comes Mr. Chen, the other Vasubandhu expert. You want a cushion or not?
I'm okay.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Where's Sugeng?
Hi.
Let's see, where'd he go?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
There he is.
I'm the
Yeah.
Chinese farmer.
Hi.
Hey,
Yeah.
Chinese farmer.
Mr. Vice President of DSEU.
Yeah, we don't get paid as much as anyway. Sugeng, did you translate this part already?
Yeah. I'll about 1 page long, 2 pages
So
long.
I'm gonna get out of your guys' way, and I'm gonna ask you to read it. Stanley will correct you, and then Sugeng, maybe you can read us your translation.
All right. Sumpa Jitar Njuk Chena, or Reverend One, how is the way you should get into it?
And the question is, what is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Okay, into
Yeah.
what?
What is it?
Don't say yeah. Tell us what it is.
Yeah, this is the
You gotta go back.
basically it's about the wrong ideas about thinking of things coming from themselves. So I
Okay.
think the focus of this is very much into the misunderstanding itself, and I think
Okay.
Buddha is it's in the let me see.
By the way, when it says Simba, I checked. It's
Mm.
someone talking to the Buddha. Oh,
Oh,
Reverend
someone
One.
talking to Buddha. Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
the. Oh, okay. There is no reference. It's page 211 if you want to look back. Dang poi chedak nam par chepe chuki nam drang le kyang. And then ngungi thala sokpa mishepa. So let me see. Oh, okay. You want to continue or you want to search the reference,
I
Geshe?
think let's go on. It'll become clear in the next line or completely confused.
Okay, okay. Gelong dak tu nam par tok pa tang, lok par yong su tok pa le tang, nam par mim pe gyun juk pao. All monks, it is entering the stream of karma ripening by having the awareness of self and complete delusions.
Yeah, now it's an extremely difficult translation, and you gotta think about it. This topa without the S, Sugeng, it's usually what? Without the sa, without the S.
Realization.
It's usually
Usually a wrong understanding.
Wrong understanding.
yeah, it's usually a wrong perception. Like I think he's coming, but then it turns out he's not coming. Okay. So so when you say dak topa, what do you think it means here now? Remember, topa is a misperception.
Understanding self wrongly
Believing things have a self.
or believing to have a self.
So Dr. Number Topa here means to believe the pen is coming from the pen side. Okay, to believe the pen has a self nature of its own. Okay, or you could say Lopar Yongsu Topa. And that's a completely wrong idea. Okay, this Lopa means wrong, right? So if you have this wrong idea about the self nature of the pen, and if you totally misunderstand where the pen is coming from, then what might happen if you don't have a pen and you need a pen?
You take it.
You might take it from someone. You might take it from someone. You see what I mean? If you don't understand where pens come from and you need a pen, you might take it from somebody. And then that would be lay.
Common.
Then you would step into the second link,
Right.
okay, from the first link. You go be going, what's the picture in the second link?
Making pot.
The guy making pots. If you're a blind man, you might step into that. And if you step into the second link, you're gonna flow into the number mimba of the second link.
Awareness, the raw awareness.
Mimba,
Ne-
pachete, ripening, karmic ripening, okay?
Oh.
So if you misunderstand the pen and you really don't get it, you will do karma, and then that karma in a flow will ripen, okay? It will ripen on you, okay? Got it? And by the way, that's Lord Buddha answering, how does this whole thing get rolling? How does this whole stuff get rolling? He says, well, when you misunderstand the pen, then you do stuff about the pen and you get in trouble. That's what the enter means. So this juke means, how do you get into the wheel? How do you get stuck in the wheel? Okay. And then Tsumba, Gelo Dak is always Lord Buddha addressing the monks.
Yeah.
And Tsumba is always the monks addressing Lord Buddha. And they say, Tsumba nam, namba tamjedu. Yeah. Please read your translation. Again.
Chumpa nampa tamche du ndokpa kangshana. So, or the Buddha, reference one, what is it to reverse everything?
Yeah. How can you turn back this process? Okay. Of going from misunderstanding into karma, into ripening of karma. How can you shut that down? Okay. That's called lung dok, right? What's that mean? So getting lung dok and lung jun.
forward and backward.
Yeah, the wheel flowing in its usual way, and then lung dok means you turn it back. You
Turn it
stop the machine. Okay, so please read this next line.
Kelong dak dorna nampa tamchetu dok pani nampa shite dok pe tentang dok pe mikpatang dok pe yila chepatang dok pe drebu drupe kyang yino.
Good. So the process of shutting down the wheel, the process of reversing the wheel and sending it back in the opposite direction. Lord Buddha speaking. Dorna, to put it briefly, you can stop the wheel in every way, but you're going to have to take 4 steps. The first one is dope ten. There's some kind of foundation work you're going to have to do to stop the wheel. Dope mikpa. There's a way of looking at things that you're going to have to do to stop the wheel. Then dope yila chepa. You're going to have to start thinking of other things in a new way. In other words, you start thinking of the pen in a new way. And then if you do that, you will get the result of dopa. You will be able to shut down the wheel. Okay? All right.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Tela yang chepa ndak chitar nanjor chope sale jungwa shintu tu mi shepa yino she jundo.
Good. Tela yang chepa dag chitar. Tela yang chepa dag. Now, how do you describe those 4 steps in shutting down the wheel? I think you should follow Meljer Chupe Sa, which is the famous, what's it called? Yogacara Bhumis, right? It's the Meljer Chupe Sa, the famous huge book in 5 volumes by a Sangha. It is not a record of Maitreya. Maitreya is a Buddha. He speaks in poetry. He keeps it short and sweet. A Sangha is, you've got 5 books to explain Maitreya. Okay? If you notice, like Nagarjuna, it's always short and sweet. And I don't know, a Sangha is like 5 volumes, okay? And in the levels of yogic practice, he said, it's all Sale Junwa Shindu. What you need to do is do mi shepa, okay? Do mi shepa, which means not to know time, okay? I think it's probably misspelled. I think it's, you're not supposed to douche. Okay, so I would say possible, it was possibly douche, okay? Which means you have to stop thinking about things the way you do. Okay. And I suspect, I checked our database, this do mi shepa, meaning you don't know the time, it doesn't make any sense. And I don't think it's what it says. How are we going to check it? You can't. There's nothing to compare it to. Okay. So we're on our own, you know. It's nice, Sugeng, because nobody can really criticize you. You can do what you want. Okay. There are no commentaries. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Please read it. Stanley's gonna. Yeah.
Nang la sok pala ni nang dang chi keche ki yewatang nang ki keche ki ne ki yewe so.
Good. Nala Sobin Nani, when we speak about the inside, etc., we're talking about the division, Yewa, into the inner and outer gateways, right? Gates of sense, doors of sense. And we're talking about especially the Nangi Keche, the condition of the inner senses, okay? Keep going.
Ndok pe yila chepani, kiu dang yu le jung wei, chu nam lao.
Yeah, and by the way, he said up above that there were 4 steps we were going to go through.
Yeah.
He said he said there's 4 parts to stopping: the foundation for stopping, the focus for stopping, how you think, how you're supposed to think about things when you stop, and the result of stopping. And now he has come to how are you supposed to think about things, okay, that will stop the wheel, okay? I want you to get in the mood of thinking about gyus and what comes from gyus, okay? Which is cause and effect. What's the ultimate cause and effect in this discussion? It's the 12 links, okay? Second link comes from first, third link comes from second, fourth link comes from third. Okay, so I want you to think about each link that triggers the next link. And when you think about things that way, you have a chance of turning back the wheel. You have a chance of shutting down the wheel. If you see that the wheel is a whole string of triggers, each one triggering the next, then you get in the mood of cutting the triggers and it will stop the wheel. It's like throwing a stick in a moving bicycle wheel. Okay, if you've ever done that for fun, kids, we used to do it to kids at school. If they're going pretty fast, it can be easy. Okay, please read, Sugeng.
Thế là yang gewani, marik pe nhem poi dung ki so.
Good. When a sentence in ancient times ends in tin ki, it means by virtue of being something. Okay, it's very difficult. Okay, tin ki in very ancient language means because of that, by virtue of that. Okay, so it's kind of saying that what does Shubha, what does virtue mean? It means anything that stops your marika. Okay, so almost for Vasubandhu, the definition of good karma is anything you can do to understand the pen. Okay, anything you do to stop your misunderstanding of the pen, that's what I call good karma. That's my definition of good karma. Okay, cool.
So Geshe-la,
Keep going.
can I ask you a quick question? The dunki
Yeah.
then in that case is just basically, it's just saying by virtue of being a thing like this, then it is virtue.
Yeah, something is virtue by virtue of being an antidote for misunderstanding.
I
okay?
see.
And
Okay,
it's a very difficult ancient idiom.
Wow.
And it always comes at the end of the sentence, okay? So what it means is we call something good karma only if it acts to stop misunderstanding the pen. That's good karma. That's what we call good karma. If it stops the first link, we'll call it good karma, okay? That's an interesting definition of good karma. Now, here's the definition of what, again?
Migewa, non-virtue.
Yeah.
Migewa ni te mitun pe chokki tunki so. So,
Good. What's it say?
and by virtue of not understanding the correct way, it is non-virtue.
Yeah. What's your definition of bad karma, Vasubandhu? Well, I'd say it's anything where you misunderstand the pen, or the opposite of understanding the pen. In my opinion, is almost the definition of bad karma. Okay, it's very powerful. Okay. Now here goes another one. By the way, he doesn't. if it feels to you like this is just a bunch of separate statements with no flow, that's exactly what it is. Okay, he ended each one with a no comma comma, which
Oh.
means full stop, new subject.
Mm.
Okay, and he's not shy about it.
Mhm.
Okay. Gewa dedak kyang di le chiropa nam kini kana toa dang kana toa dang chepa yinno.
Yeah, good. So these are two famous words, kanatoa and kanamatoa. Okay, kanatoa. Say kanatoa, everybody.
Kana toa,
Kanamatoa.
kanamatoa.
Kanamatoa means no good person would ever criticize you if you did it. And it's a synonym for dewa. Kanamatoa. Okay. Kanatoa means criticizable. Okay.
Isn't it the opposite, Geshe-la?
Kanamatoa. Kanatoa. I don't think so. Kanamatoa.
Kanamatoa comes in the fire offering when we're talking about the mistakes we made.
Let's look it up. Word, can you look it up? Kanamatoa.
I am. Yeah.
Okay. You could be right, I think, Nick. Let's see. So
Well,
then
Toa
what's
is-
Kanatoa? You won't find Kanatoa in the dictionary, but you'll find Kanamatoa.
Kanamatoa, according to our text previously, is referring to misdeed. Misdeed.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let me check
kanamatoa.
it.
And then kanamatoa mepa is the non-misdeeds. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, okay, good. Okay. That's interesting.
This has Kanamatoa as false. A dictionary.
Okay. So Kanatoa means to speak well of something then. Okay. I don't know what it says. Gewa deda kyang, these good deeds. Dile chiropanamki kanamatoa. Kanatoa. Impure virtues mentioned here. See below. I don't know. I think in this text, you guys, I think kanatoa might be the bad deed. Okay, and we're gonna see it more below. Okay,
Oh,
so just keep it
Geshe-la.
in mind.
Previously in this text, I think the typing, the entry had some mistakes with this kanatoa. So
Oh, I think matoa. You're right. Okay.
it could be a possibility of kanamatoa here instead
Yeah.
of kanatoa.
Okay, you're right. You're right. So kanamatoa, if you are outside of good, if you're outside of good karma in this sense, then we can criticize you. You are a bad person. Kanamatoa, right? Okay. You are a bad person, not spoken of highly, kanamatoa, something like that. You are a bad person if you are outside of virtue in this sense. In what sense?
Working against misunderstanding.
Yeah, if you don't embrace working against misunderstanding in this sense, then you are despicable. You are criticizable. Okay, that's what it really means. Chiropa here means it doesn't mean a non-Buddhist here. It means if you stand outside this understanding, then you are evil. You are evil. Okay, that's pretty powerful. Okay, keep going, Sugeng.
Chundipa nam ki ni kanamatoa mepa yinno.
Yeah, we gotta fix this one.
Okay. Kanatoa, yeah,
Sorry.
kanamatoa, yeah. Chudipa
Yeah,
nam.
that's good. Yeah, Deepa, by the way, comes from the word D, which means this. And Chun Deepa means this schoolers. followers of our school. Okay, Chun Dipa means followers of our school. They don't have kanamatoa. They are not criticizable. Okay, why? They support the idea that things don't come from their own side. Okay? Therefore, they are not evil. Okay, if you are evil if you think things come from your own side, evil. And in English, evil is a very strong word. And that's what he's trying to say here. It's evil. You know, it's not evil to bomb hundreds of helpless people. It's evil to think the pen comes from its own side.
At any level.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I mean, okay.
Sorry, which one is evil again, Geshe-la? Which word are you using to refer to evil? Kanamatoa?
Kanamatoa is evil, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
Geshe.
kanatoa, I guess, is not evil. Yeah. Okay. So
So-
kanamatoa.
He is talking about Buddhists and non-Buddhists in a unique way.
Well,
He said our school,
Chudipa, what school is he in right now?
but all Buddhist schools support this.
Yeah. But what school is he in right now?
Minority, right? Sugeng?
Yeah, he said, I'm going to follow the Yogacara Bhumi.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to be following my brother's book, my brother's masterpiece.
Mm.
I'm giving you dependent origination
Mm.
from the point of view of my brother's masterpiece. You know, and no one's ever done that. This is a very unique text.
But will he say the lower schools fit into the evil category or not?
Now that's a debate ground. That's one of those. That's one of those start a fight statements. I would say yes, they're evil in that sense.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
but they're not evil if they're helping you as the lower step to get to the higher step.
Yeah.
Okay, how about that?
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, let's keep going, Sugeng.
Okay. Kanamatoa
Really?
mepani. Yes.
They
Yang
stay curiouser and curiouser. This is getting a stranger and stranger. Okay, keep going.
Kanamatoa mepani yang tenpar chawayino.
This bastan means what? Like lama pencil. Lama 10.
End upon like medicine.
Yeah, this spelling with the S and not with an R. It means you should follow this as a practice. What?
The Kanamatoa mepa.
Yeah,
Hmm.
don't be evil. Okay, follow that. Okay, that's something you should be following. Don't be evil. What are evil people? They think the pen comes from its own side. That's an extreme statement to make.
Mm.
But by the way, Korwa, samsara, is defined in the Abhidharma as ultimate evil. The ultimate form of evil is samsara. Okay, you don't need to be bombing people. Just living here is evil.
Oh.
Okay, I think I got a point. Well, that's another one. We're just normal, I think. Okay.
Okay. Kanamatoa tang chepani tenpar chawa main pao.
Yeah, we should not be following that which is evil. Okay, we shouldn't continue practicing this thing which is evil, which is thinking of things the wrong way. Okay,
Okay.
that's evil. Now here's a knockout statement.
Gewandi daknip sakpa tang chepani ngien pao.
Now, you could do what you guys call good deeds, but if they are sakpa dan chepa, they are evil. Okay. Yeah. If you do good deeds with this particular stain, which means if you think if you offer someone a pen, but you believe that pen came from the store, that is evil.
Without the three spirits.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really heavy. Okay. Okay, keep going.
Sakpa mepani gyanom pao.
Yeah, Gyannomba is an ancient word for very attractive. It's called Gyannomba. And he says, especially Gewa Sapamepa, if you can do a good deed and understand that what you're giving to someone, for example, is coming from giving stuff to people, then that's really sexy. Okay, all right. Got it? That's cool, right?
Cool.
Yeah. That Gyannomba is like, wow. It's a very, it has a lot of emotion, Gyannomba. Ancient.
I'm falling in love more deeply with Master Vasubandhu now.
Yeah, I got a crush on him. It took a while. He was like one of those tough ladies in high school that you fell in love with.
Thế đắc ni gewa ni nak pao.
You can translate this.
So the same thing for the black one. They are non-virtuous.
Yeah, if doing good deeds with an understanding of emptiness is ultimate sexy, then doing bad deeds is the ultimate black. Okay, the ultimate evil. Okay, and now here gets the good news, Sugeng. This is easy. You translate.
Yeah, gewa sakpa mepani karpo. So doing good deeds without stain is white.
Yeah, which means giving away a pen. That whole argument in Kyoto about King Sri Sena giving away half his body, that's the only way he ever got our body in the first place.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? He must have done something similar. So I have all these people I know are discussing this question day after day. Should he give his body away? You know, and I'm like, but that's how he got the goddamn body in the first place. He must have given one away. You see what I mean? It's just like, duh. Okay. So anyway, that's real pure karma. Okay. It's not a question of can you do it or should you do it. That's the only reason you have a body to decide about. Is that you did it. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Please read.
There's nothing to check. Sugeng.
Tele shenpa ni drenma adren ma yinpe chir nampar yewa dang chepayino.
Yeah, this one I can help you with because the ma gives it away. It means this dren is misspelled. Because ma with an S means mixed. Okay, Dema means mixed. So he says, we're not talking black, we're not talking white. The other ones, which are mixed black and white, okay? Nambar yewa dan chepa means those you have to check. Those can be divided into different parts. Nambar yewa means divide into different parts, okay? So I don't know, you give away a pen, you see that you can get more pens in the future, but you are attached to that, then that's black and white mixed. Okay? That's what we call dema.
You are attached to what?
I don't know, and you want to get rich and you don't want to share it after that. How's that? Something like that. You want to be the pen king of the world.
And you say we have to check? What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm just saying, no, they are, Namba Yewa Danchepa means mixed karmas, okay? Some of it's white, some of it's black, okay? You have to learn to split the good part and the bad part. Almost nothing that anyone does is all good or all bad. Almost everything that anybody does is black and white. And then we have to learn, like what animal?
Goose.
Like the goose, who divides the milk from the water, right? We have to divide the black and white. Okay.
Senor, we're at the 2 minutes to give the recap.
Oh, Sugeng, are you in the mood? Can you just relax and go into a psychic state?
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. So
There
we
must be
continue.
some local liquor in Indonesia.
There's a lot.
Okay, just kidding.
We still continue with the discussion about what we should enter, which in this case referring to the samsara. I think that is the conclusion. The it, I think, refers to samsara, and the conversation continue with about how to reverse going into samsara, and Buddha offered the 4 things, which is part of the way to do it, and we talk about how to do it now, and after we discuss about how to do it, let me see, we talk about reversing, and after we talk about the reversing, and then we went into the definition of misunderstanding again, which is we were talking about virtuous and non-virtuous, and then we talk about the wrong understanding, the stained and unstained, right? Stained means we don't understand that, we think that the pen is coming from itself, and then unstained means we know that the pen is coming from giving it away previously. So sorry if I am not strong enough to summarize, to do the highlights.
Okay. Yeah, just take Shinten out for a long walk and come back and glance at it and don't think about it, and it will come to you. Okay. It's a very interesting text. You can't approach it like the other text.
I got it. Thank you.
Right. Mr. Nick, anything or?
No, just take a nice 10-minute break.
And all the Sedona people take ultimate responsibility to finish Seiji's birthday cake. Okay.
Class.
I wish I were in Sedona.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you,
Right,
Geshe-la.
thank you.
Hey, live
Good luck-
translators.
good luck on this place.
Live translators, if you
Shinten.
haven't looked yet, please go to the link where you can find the text, and there's something there for you for the next class.
Hey, Shinten, just hit him on the head with a stick once in a while. He can translate this book.
I will.
Okay.
You,
All right,
Geshe-la.
see you guys in
See you.
7, 8. Bye.
What time, Nick?
You said 10 minutes.
35. 35.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody.